Remember, if I can cook it, so can you. So go nowhere. Let's create. So this is another Mediterranean inspired meal, and I'm going to go very quickly through the ingredients. I have about, a quarter cup of chopped onions. I have some bell pepper and mini peppers. Both of them could be bell peppers. You don't need a lot. I have about 1/4. I just cut it. I have a couple teeth of garlic, which I chop little chunks because I want to taste it. I have some thyme. I said about a teaspoon and a half. Same with oregano. Thyme is fresh. Oregano is a little bit dry, but it could be fresh. I have some mushroom. This one is kind of dry because I have it for a while. I preserve it. You can use fresh. Doesn't matter. I got some artichoke cut. See how nice? Now the pasta, you can use whatever. The key here is that I broke it. See how I broke this one in third. Because I don't want it too large. I want it to manage things. I got a tomato. This tomato is fresh. I grind it. I even left behind a couple of the chunk leaf. See how nice, red. Because I want some thickness in my tomato sauce. This is no Italian tomato sauce. I have a recipe for my Italian tomato sauce. It takes, a few minutes to prepare, several minutes. It's not quick. And clearly you're going to need oil, clearly. And I also have some beef chunks, which I marinated the other day. I'm going to show you soon how I did that, so you know what I did, because I just borrowed that for another recipe that I already posted. But I wanted to show you how it looks after I pull it out of the refrigerator. I left it out of the refrigerator for about 15-20 minutes to get to room temperature. But I'm going to show you now from a previous recording, very briefly, of how I marinated this. I also have some parsley, and I have some salt. This one is from Iceland. Very nice product. So I like to start with the vinegar. I'm going apple cider. It kind of tenderizes things a little bit, you know what I mean? Just put about, I would say, 2 tablespoons. Let me get this fork out here. And what you do is you start adding all the ingredients, getting the flavor. You're going to mix them well. Flavor, color, whatever you want to call it. Salt, you have to be a little bit more careful. Start mixing things up. If you're going to marinate this overnight, my recommendation is to use a little bit of garlic too. It's not needed, but you can put some garlic for aromatic, maybe a bay leaf to get that smell. But that's up to you. See how beautiful this thing is looking? Add the flavors and ingredients mixed together. So I have a small cast iron. Looks big because of the proximity of the camera, but it's actually small. And I cooked some stuff here, some meat, actually from this kind of meat. So I'm going to cook a little bit more. I'm going to use the same thing. I'm going to maximize. It doesn't matter the type of oil. What it matters that it has to be hot. By the way, in my marinade, I did add garlic and I add a couple bay leaves. See? You're going to cook this for about maybe 3 minutes. About 3 minutes, maybe 4 the most. So about 3 minutes later, see how the vinegar from the marinade, the oil, is giving this a caramelized, nice looking texture, smells delicious. You in fact can eat it like this, put in some rice or whatever, but that's not the purpose of this. So I'm going to turn the heat off and I'm going to remove this aside to focus on the next step. So I have a pot with water, high heat. I'm going to put a few drops of extra virgin olive oil. And what you're going to do, you can let this heat up a little bit and boil, but it doesn't matter, to be honest with you. As long as it's hot, it's what it matters. You're going to add your pasta, whatever pasta you choose. This particular one is going to take about 12 minutes. It doesn't matter. What it matters is that you have to cook it to the style you want. You want it dente, you want it soft. It's up to you. This one in particular, 12 minutes. So I'm preheating a pot, few drops of extra virgin olive oil. That's about teaspoon, maybe teaspoon and a half. You're preheating this at high heat. You can put it to medium high. Pasta is cooking, high heat. What you're going to do, you're going to start creating those flavors. How you do that? I like to start with the onions and peppers. Move that around. Listen to the sound of the music. Get a flavor for your mushrooms. Oregano. Artichoke. Thyme. Ooh, look at this aroma. Put that out for a minute, a few seconds, doesn't matter. Add your garlic. Now the garlic you don't want to leave here for too long without any sort of liquid or sauce because it will burn. So you move it around for a few seconds. What you're doing is mixing the flavors. And now comes the tomato. Mix it up. I like to add a pinch of salt. This is fantastic salt, by the way. A couple pinches of salt. Mix it around. I haven't added the parsley yet, by the way. And add the meat with the juices. Oh my goodness. Woo-hoo. We create, this is called creation. See how it's looking? It's simple, low cost. Going to lower the heat to medium because what I want is for my peppers to cook. Now how thick you want is up to you. If you want a little bit soupy, all you do is add some water, a little bit, about quarter cup, maybe a third, or some broth. And with broth, I mean, or stock, mixed stock. But you're going to mix this, maybe let it cook for about 5 minutes, 7 minutes in my case. Once it's at this stage, let it cook for about 7 minutes. Couple notches below medium, actually, because you don't want all the liquid to evaporate. Otherwise, we will have to add some, little bit more liquid, which is fine. What you want, you peppers and stuff like that to cook, to get softer. You don't want it crunchy. So, meat is ready. Let me move it. See how beautiful it looks. Time to start transferring. Let me turn the heat off. Straining the water from the pasta. Be careful with this thing. See how beautiful? Let the water strain. Here is your meat. Not too soupy, not too dry. Perfect. You can even eat it with rice. Let's put it that way. This doesn't have to be fancy. Doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to taste delicious. And I don't waste time. I create my bed of pasta. And then I start bringing my meat. I don't mess around. Look at this beauty. Isn't that beautiful? And then you come and you add a little bit of the parsley. Bring some green. Not a lot. You don't go crazy. Just put a little bit. I even put some in the pasta too. You know how pretty? You want it pretty? I make it pretty too. What do you think?